everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another tutorial. I tend to do these more on Sunday mornings because they tend to be longer videos, so grab a coffee, a cup of tea, a can of delicious energy juice and join me on a warm toned adventure. I get asked all the time to do like classic warm browns and orange smoky eyes. I don't know why, because I feel like that's what most of the kind of like really big YouTubers do a lot, like brown, orange, smoky eyes. But to be honest, I actually really like how this look came out, so I'm excited to show you the process. We're just doing eyes in this video because it's going to be long enough as it is. So yeah, if you want to see me get this look here using the James Charles Artistry palette, then please just keep on watching. So I'm going to start off with the Zoeva 234 Luxe Smoky Shader Brush, which is a flat brush, and I really like it for just packing on colour. My eyelid is primed with my Jouer concealer, and I'm just going to make sure I've got no creases. My eyelids and eye areas looking a bit dry. It's because I've gone up a strength in my retinol, so that's why. And I'm going to pick up the shade Benny, which is a very deep brown, and I'm just going to place that all throughout my crease, from the outside all the way to the inside. And you know I like to take it on the outer part of my lower lash line, just so that I don't end up winging this out way too much. These shadows are just so pigmented over this tacky base. I don't think you need an eyeshadow primer, in all honesty. I've never had any issues over just concealer. So I've taken that through my crease, and then when I open my eye fully and my hooded eye bit drops, you can see I've lost a lot of that shadow, and I want this look to be more impactful, so I'm going to take this quite a lot higher, and that's just the trick with hooded eyes. You just need to take things higher, just so that when your eye is fully open you're actually seeing the whole look and not losing part of it in your eyelid creases. So now when I open my eye fully, I can still see some of that shadow above my crease. That brush is just so good at just packing on those colours. Sorry if you can hear the wind, it's very loud. Then I'm taking this Morphe brush, it's from the Grandmaster set, it doesn't have a name. And I'm just gonna start going back and forth, little circular motions, little kind of windshield wiper motions as well, just to soften the edge of this deep brown. This is just going to help blend better when we go in with other shades. Just like that, so it's just a bit softer. It's still got a bit of a harsh line, but that's okay. We'll come back to that. Then I'm taking a Zoeva 228 Luxe Crease brush, and I'm taking the shade, what is it called? 10% off. Hopefully you're seeing the colours on screen. And I'm going to go 50% over the edge of that really deep brown, which almost looks black, and 50% on my skin that has only concealer on it. And I'm doing circular motions to just start blending that out a pinch. This is starting to bring that warm tone in as well. Initially when I put that dark shade on, I was like, oh no, that's way too cool toned. But actually it's absolutely fine. I needed that for depth. So just going round and round, circular motions. I'm using very little pressure on my eye. Then I'm going in with my blank canvas E26, which is this kind of fattish, fluffy brush. And I'm picking up the shade Cis, which is orange. And again, 50%-ish on that brown, 50% on my concealer. And this is really gonna start bringing in the warmth and that orange tone that I'm always getting asked to use. I do like it, I just prefer colourful looks. But actually, I do really like how my other eye came out, so I'm pretty happy. So just circular motions. Very little pressure on your skin, especially the further out you move. Then I'm picking up another Zoeva 228, this is just a different one of the same brush, and I'm picking up the yellow, which is called B. Tapping off the excess, because I don't want too much yellow in this look. I'm just gonna really gently buff that around the outside. This is what really helps it blend into the concealer, but again, I don't want too much yellow. I also wish I didn't have dry skin, but there we are. Don't worry about what's going on in the lid or the crease, because we always go back and just re-blend and add. This is just getting that nice gradient started. Then I'm going back in with my blank canvas E26, and I'm picking up the shade You're Kidding, which is a really vibrant red. And where that brown stops and my orange and yellow starts, I'm tucking that colour in there. I'll probably use a more precise brush, to be honest, but it's fine. This is just going to help that blend between the deep brown and the orange, because it does come off quite orange on the skin, especially because I'm layering it over other shades. Then taking an old classic favourite brush, the ABH A25. It's just a great brush, and I'm going to go back into that orange called, what's it called? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm not sure what I called this before. The bright orange at the top of the palette is called 518. What did I call it before? And I'm going to blend that round the red. Dropped some into my crease, but that's okay. I'm actually covering that up anyway. Just making sure that the red is really nicely buffed out. What is that? Go away. I'm just taking a pinch more B, because I feel like it's more visible on this top part on my other eye. Do you see it's a much softer hand the further out you're going with your shades, just so that you're not depositing as much colour. Now I want to go back in and re-intensify my crease. First of all though, I'm just going to pick up that initial shade Benny on this Nima Ifa brush. Just pat that on the outer corner. Take it around to the lower lash line. And then I'm grabbing the shade No Beans on my Morphe M506 favourite brush. I'm going to use that on this outer corner especially. This is where I want the most depth to be. And it just helps blend it in to the reds and oranges. And then I'm going to grab a bit more, actually I'm going to grab the shade Rusted, which is a kind of in-between red and orange on my ABH A25. And just work that on this outer corner just where that brown was. Try and blend this a bit more seamlessly. And then I'm going to go in one last time with a pinch of the shade B, which is the yellow, just to soften up my edges. And I can come back to this. Now I'm going to move on to the cut crease. So I get asked quite a lot to use this product, so I'm going to use it today. And having used it on the other eye, it's fine, but I mean, just use concealer. It's the Plouise base. This one is in the shade 0.5. And I just stick a bit out on the lid of something else. Which looks really grotty, but who cares? And I'm picking up my favourite cut crease brush, the Blank Canvas E28, which is a little pointy eyeliner brush. It's a bit splayed right now, but once I've got product on it, it'll all be nice. So just picking up the Plouise base on it. And for hooded eyes, any eye really, you can use this trick. Paint it on down by the lash line, just about halfway. And then just open your eye up fully. Like look down and then open your eye up. You can see it's transferred. Then all you need to do is this from the inner corner of your eye. I like to hold my brow up to like raise my eyebrows, just to kind of tighten the skin. Now raise your eyebrow and just paint up to that line. And then round it off a bit. At the back. You can't really do cut creases any other way than freehand. There is kind of like stamps and things now. I think they're just a bit gimmicky. But you just have to practice. I'm just using the base to fill in the majority of that cut crease area. Yeah, it's fine, like it's doing a really good job, but I don't see any difference between using this and concealer. Like the colour payoff's not any better. etc, it's just fine. And then if you're doing one eye at a time, just try and make sure it matches the other eye. And then if I open my eye fully, you can still see a little bit of that concealer. So I'm just gonna work on rounding it off. Just doing little strokes. And for me, a cut crease just looks best if you take your time on it and really make it a lovely rounded shape and don't have any like jagged harsh lines. Like this part here I think looks too flat, so I'm just gonna round it off a bit. So it's just really starting to take shape. It's not perfect yet. What I tend to do is go in with a flat brush and just pat over the concealer or the base, because you don't want it to be too chunky. You see how it just goes a little bit see-through, but that's fine. And then I've just wiped that off so there's less product on the brush, and I'm gonna pull this brown eyeshadow from the outer corner in. You don't want to pull the base out, because then you can just take it too far. And this is just going to help start the blend on the outer corner, so it's easier once you come in with your shadows. See, that just already looks a lot more seamless. So let's move on now to filling this in. So now I'm picking up a little flat brush. This is a really, really cheap one. It's from Jessup's on Amazon. And I'm picking up the shade Ring Light. And that's what we're going to start packing over this Plouise base. I find you have to pick up quite a lot of this colour to really get it to shine. But once you do pack it on, it is a really pretty colour. And we're going to take this over the front half. Probably the front 2/3. Then just on that same brush, I'm picking up the shade So Good, which is the gold beside Ring Light in the palette, and I'm going to pack that on the outer part of this concealer. I'm going to pick up my Makemeupmissa brush. This is my favourite brush for blending in cut creases. And I'm going to pick up that first initial shade, Benny, that deep, deep brown. And I'm going to start patting it on this outer corner. Not really swiping, patting. And then I'm going to pick up the shade Rusted. It's kind of orangey red. Pat that on. I'm just wiping that off on my makeup towel. I'm picking up the shade B. Just bringing that yellow in a bit more. It just blends so seamlessly with that gold on the lid as well. For me, this is one of the hardest parts of this kind of look, is blending that, the outer part. And making it really seamless, but also making it match what you've done on the other eye. But I'm gonna leave it there because I'm not mad at that. Then for my eyeliner, I'm just gonna throw on a wing, very, very thin at the front and thicker at the back. This is the Blank Canvas Winging It eyeliner, and I really like it. So I'm going incredibly close to the lashes at the front. Because I have hooded eyes, I want there to be lots of eyelid space. So having it really thin at the front and thicker at the back is just opening up this front part. Right, let me just throw on this wing and then we'll be back to add the glitter because putting a wing on is really boring. Oh my goodness, that wing's taken me about 700 years. I'm picking up the shade Spooky, just on a little pencil brush. Just gonna kind of blend out the end of the wing. Bring it in the lower lash line a pinch. Just so that it's really cohesive on this outer corner. I will come back and blend this a bit more. But I'm just, yeah, patting that on. I'll come back in a second, but for the glitter, I'm using Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy. Probably one of the most well-known glitters, gold glitters. If you don't have this, try the collection Glam Crystals. And I'm painting that on the inside of my cut crease. I used to always do it on the outside, but I just find that this looks way neater. It's got a lovely, precise tip to it. The only thing is, you need to do a couple of layers just to get like full opacity, but that's fine. So I'll go back and do another layer when that's dry. Let's just blend out this outer corner. So I'm going back in my Morphe M506 and I think I'm just gonna grab the shade, my juice is over it, 10% off. And just start working that in to the outer corner. Just to blend out the edge of that black just a bit nicer. I think I've given that Urban Decay enough time to dry. Adding that second layer. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna go throw on all my base and everything, and then I'll come back and we'll finish off lower lash line and put on lashes, and then we'll be done, because this video is probably really long. Oh well, who cares? It's a Sunday morning video. They always are long. So I'm going to keep the lower lash line super simple. I'm going to go in with 10% off. And I'm just going to pat that along. I'm using it as a mirror, partly. Just like that. Easy peasy. And then I'm going to go in with, I can't read this writing, 518. I want 2019 to be the year of no plastic name sheets, if possible. Just patting that on. I just wanted to keep it really warm and not too complicated. And then I'm going to go with a bit of Spooky, which is the black, just on outer part. Just make sure that's deepest part. Am I matching? That's the main question. And then I'm going in with this Linda Hallberg black eyeliner, just because it's the first one I grabbed out my drawer. I mean, a black eyeliner, isn't it? Oh. And then just taking my Morphe M506, I'm just grabbing a tiny bit of B, just the yellow, and just running it along the very bottom part, just making sure everything is super blended. Lovely jubbly. I think that looks pretty good, the orange under there. Although, having stabbed myself in the eye, I can't really see right now. I'm going to just put on these lashes, the Sample BE D99 lashes. They're just really full. I hate my camera lighting. They're just really fluffy. I'll throw these on and we'll be done. So yeah, I just finished off with these big dramatic lashes, which I'm loving, and I put on a red lip. Just felt like it, didn't want to do a nude. And this is the finished eye look. Warm toned, very warm toned. Surely we can all agree. I don't know, I'm panicking, like maybe it's not warm toned enough. I don't know. Pretty pleased with how this look came out. I do like warm tones. I do think they are nice. I just generally prefer like brighter, more fun colors. But yeah, I hope you like this look. Yeah, let me know what you want to see next. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. I hope I explained things well. And yeah, I hope again to see you in my next video. Bye.